to say, Jeff, is I mentioned last time we spoke in this group that my company is interested in streaming, and they've basically tasked me with, companies that have done this successfully. We want you to put together like a draft of a direction and a vision that you could see us going with this, because I'm the expert on the team.
There you
Well,
go. Yeah.
in sort of sourcing all of this material, like people will write, like Sue Hinton's Medium article, right? What does a streaming physical setup look like? How does OBS work? But there are all these other quality of life things. Nobody has a guide on what is moderation, why do you do it, what are you preventing, um, like the different tools and things that you can enable in Twitch that help with engagement. People aren't talking about that. They're all talking about what camera, what, Stream Elements or Streamlabs, and it's that's all been beat to death. But all these other things that are really quality of life
Yeah.
and safety from abusers,
Mm-hmm.
nobody has a guide on that yet.
I love
So
it.
anyway,
I love it.
I'm starting to work on it already. Yeah.
Oh, cool, cool, cool. Well, as you're even doing that, if there are some ideas or things that come up, let's, just like I said, just ping me. And if I can make
Sure.
it work, we can jump on real quick.
I will do.
Awesome. Cool, cool. Well, I wanted to give everybody today, specifically, I wanted to talk about the International Women's Day event. And then I wanted to, after that, I have started reaching out to everybody. I think you did see that I made the announcement in Discord. And then today I'm going to reach out to every single person individually through either Discord or through Twitter or for the emails that they've given me. I have about 20 emails now from people that I've been kind of back and forth with different things here and there, whether they were interested in a task force or they were interested in whatever. So we're going to work on getting everybody more engaged and just reminding them, check in on Discord once a week. And so that's that. But today I wanted to focus on the International Women's Day event, unless anybody else has any general things to chat about. Okay, cool. So we have 41 days left of this. If we're looking at March 8th. If we're going to hit it. I set up the sessionize already. We have it's Women's Day 2021 is what I made the link for. And what I'd like to do is add a couple other people into as organizers into the event as organizers. What emails shall I use that you're connected with in sessionize, so I can send the invitations to anybody who can help with the words and with selecting speakers and stuff like that.
I haven't even signed up for it, but the email that I will use is
Okay.
drpoindexter@gmail.com.
Drop it in the chat. Make it easy.
Yeah, sorry about that. Let me go in
There
here.
you go.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. User error omitted. Okay, perfect. All right, so I got these. I'm going to set that up. I created just a very general image. I'll show it to you right now. Here's Layla's. Got it. So I've got the, can we get an email set up for that's a general one? Maybe we have an info at Live Coders or an events so that every single conference, oh, perfect. What is it? It's
info at livecoders.dev.
Okay. Livecoders.dev.
That's a separate mailbox.
Good. Can we make that mailbox, give it access to me and then maybe you and then maybe one other person? Because what I was going to do is set this up for the sessionize email so that as sponsors inquire and as speakers inquire, at least we have 3 eyes on those emails as they're coming in. But I didn't want to give my Christina at Live Coders because I didn't want to blow it up. And then if I go away, and I'm setting up these systems, I just want to make sure that you still have all those access. So info at Live Coders. I did create a sponsorship letter as well. What I did is I took the prospectus from last year that was the overall team sponsor, and then I also took the Dev Around the Sun one, and then I merged them together. So it's pretty good. What I'm going to do is send it to you, and then we can just look at it. Or should I read it right now? I don't know if it's worth everybody's time for me to read it right now.
No, send it and we'll take it.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to send that for changes. And then like you said, Layla, I put in there another line about in-kind sponsorship. So Amazon gift cards, stuff like that, any kind of coupon codes for books or ebooks. I think those are really great participation gifts and swag for everybody. Okay, so that's good. Let me show you the Sessionize, how it's set up here, because there were some sections that I just didn't have the answers to. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. It's gonna be this one right here, share. Okay, can everyone see my screen?
Yep.
So, you know, I took our little, I like this because it's a coding challenge and I like the little question mark up here. What do you think though? Do you want me to put a Women's Day coding where, you know, we have those women of color chat photos. We have some other photos that I've pulled down for live streamers that I could find some women. I don't know. I kind of like our mascots. It's up to you. What do you think? Because once we agree on this look, then, you know, that's how we're going to wrap everything and do all the graphics for the event. So I don't know what you think about this. Is it too purple?
I don't think anything can ever be too purple, but that...
the only thing I would say is the Live Coders is the group. So I would say, would it be the Live Coders Presents?
Right. So I put the Live Coders Present right here. Maybe I should make present bigger.
No, as in plural, presents with an S.
With an S. Got it. I saw it. See.
Because the Live Coders is the group. It's so would it be?
Yes, sure.
The Live Coders Presents.
Yep.
Right. Yep. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm a grammar Nazi.
Please,
I'm not allowed to even say that anymore.
Never apologize for that ever. I live with Jay Harris. Clearly, you haven't met him because he has a degree in technical writing, and so I'm used to this, honey. We're totally good. So the Live Coders Presents, excellent.
I have a question about the URL though.
Yep.
So I made a placeholder for this event specifically, and it's not that URL. That URL goes to, I don't know where, but actually, I think it will end up going to the prior November conference. I'm reorganizing content.
I looked at it already and I wanted to let you know, I wanted to discuss that as well. It's later in my notes. I'm fine with that. I'm fine for now until we get like the marketing task force going and we have more support for the site. I'm fine with doing livecoders.dev/conference and just updating that page for maybe the next 2 or 3 until we really get into the SEO flow of it. Because really it's the SEO that I'm concerned about with that page. Does anybody else have any thoughts on that? Just keep the conference page link.
I think that's, so you're saying that basically swap the content. So when an old conference goes, then it goes on its dedicated, like it's /conference/LCC3 or whatever, but the current one is always at the root of that conference. I can make that happen. Yeah.
Perfect.
I think that makes sense.
And it's nice and easy, right? Like I'm not trying to make extra work. So I think that would be great.
It's no problem. Yeah.
Okay. And then we'll embed that Sessionize link in there so people know where to sign up. So once they get in here, oh, I'm not logged in, darn it. So once they get into here, I did add just some basic things, but I do need some, I just put in our bullet points. So I didn't add the whole description. Here we go, here's the event. So, you know, I put in some timing and some notes, but not the description. Also, I did add the conference page for the website event. We said 5 a.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern time. If that's still the same, we're good there. I only put Twitter here. I think that's sufficient. They don't really have a spot for Twitch or anything. When we move over to the call for speakers, I'm also going to need help with this. I don't normally do this part. So the language in what are the requirements that we want to make for the competition. I know we said 45 minutes. It was something that we had to, that as a woman that we were challenged with in technology, that we overcame to present that. We can accept to, I don't remember how it was. I read it, I think it was 200 speakers for free. they have a link here where we can upgrade, but I don't think we're going to need to do that at all. I didn't know the event topics though here. I'm not really sure how to put out event topics. The event category that it seems that we work with best is information and communications technology. They don't have a tech or any, so.
Yeah, a lot of these places are still kind of behind the times when picking industry
I mean,
stuff.
we could put in AI, we could put in languages here, we could put in human skills in the event topics. I'm not sure. We could also leave it blank and just say, you know what, we're going to choose 10 speakers of a wide range.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, all right.
Would also limit the number of submissions, one per person, let them give their best submission first.
Okay,
Yes.
and then the last one was we can allow co-speakers, and I know that sometimes we present things together. We did talk about, should we do a panel discussion? And I think the presentations would probably be just a little bit more at this point, maybe a panel next time. I don't know, do we want to allow co-speakers?
Up to one.
Up to one, excellent. Okay.
Yeah, so you could just have two people, you know, side by side or however we want to lay it out, but more than that is going to take a lot of work.
Okay, I was able to
With
add
time limits.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
With 45 minutes, yeah, that makes sense. I was able to, oh, go ahead.
Is there, do we get to add custom fields?
We do, and so
Because I thought like maybe not every single person we have on there is a Twitch streamer, but if they are, optionally say, do you want to include your Twitch username? And then that way we already have the information, not for reviewing their submission, but for later if they get selected for building the stuff for the MCs and maybe the call outs and a bot, like a shout out bot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something on the speaker fields, right? There's you
so
see
there's
here
a speaker
already.
field here where I add the phonetic name. You can do text and then you can do file upload like we were talking about before. So that's the speaker side. Is that a session side or is it a speaker field?
Speaker, I think.
Speaker, okay.
Speaker for Twitch channel. I think we should also request time zone.
Oh, good call.
Very good point.
Oh my gosh.
International's in the title. I mean,
yeah. And yeah, make that optional, the Twitch channel.
Yeah. I mean, they could be a Twitch streamer and not want to give it because I don't know, maybe they just drink beer and cuss at video games all day. I don't know.
That's good. And then the next one was, what was the second one to add?
Time zones.
Time zone, thank you.
And that would be required. We'd want to know.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. So we'll save that. And then all of these, this is fine.
Oh, hang on.
I did require, oh, sorry.
I think we might be missing when you've got the phonetic name.
Yes.
We should probably add preferred pronouns, and it would be speaker specific.
Yeah.
And it's just a blank text box.
Excellent.
Where did the other?
And it can be optional.
That's what I was just about to ask.
Oh, wait a minute.
They've disappeared.
Stop that.
So
okay,
let's
hold on. I'm going to try to save this one. Hold on. Let me save.
Yeah,
Did it save?
What?
It's not saving. It says it's saved. Look.
Refresh the page.
Yeah, give it a refresh.
Come
this
on,
seems like something I would code.
You're so funny.
The changes are only on the client side.
Only on the client side. It works on my machine. I don't know what the problem is. Okay, let's see.
Then we will ship them your machine, and that's how Docker was born.
I don't.
It says visible to speakers, not visible to CFS form. Do the save and CFS. What is it in there?
Notes, session format, track, co-speaker. You're allowed. No.
Well, where's the other stuff that we had, like the phonetic? That's not in there.
All right, I'm gonna. You know what? Maybe it's just because I'm streaming now and I'm on hotel Wi-Fi. So let me make my notes and I'll just.
Yeah, we can investigate this later. Just make sure we note
Yeah.
the ones that we're missing. So time zone, preferred pronoun,
And Twitch channel.
and Twitch channel. Yeah.
And
That's fine.
Twitch channel. Okay, that's fine. I'll do those later. The last tab here that we had that I have questions on, let me see. Tracks, phonetic, yes. Web page, yes. Date, time, speak description. Oh, okay, yeah. Right here. For the session descriptions, I put them between 250 and 650 characters. I just looked at some of my abstracts and I was like, that's right around that. Good enough.
Okay.
And then the speaker biography, I didn't know, I was looking at how the web page is currently set up with the speaker biographies. You know, we could make some of them a little bit smaller. So 250, I think is good enough. That's like four or five lines,
Okay.
small lines. Later we could do some Google Analytics, maybe. I don't know. I'm going to make everybody organizers anyway. So, I mean, yeah, I guess we can content team, but, and then we don't need to do any of this stuff either. So that's it. Really, the only thing that I need here is I need some help writing out the event description and the requirements for the speakers, the CF that's, and I have these little, data point, you know, we have some bullet points for our notes from last time. That's it. And I do have, let me open up our meeting notes. I know we talked about putting meeting notes up on the wiki, and until now I have them in a Google Docs folder. Is there a different place that I should be putting them?
For right now, I think that's fine. I think I gave you access to the OneDrive where I've got some of the more
Correct,
organization
and they're all
files.
in there. Yep, I have
Okay.
everything in there as well. And then I've been putting
Yes.
some things into Trello, so the leadership team has access in Google or in Trello. So yeah, okay, good. And we'll get the wiki up. So the next thing is the sponsorship prospectus. Oh, we talked about, you do the moderators, David.
I'm looking for one of my calls for content, so I can just give you some boilerplate text that I've worked with.
Oh yeah, that would be perfect. I'd love that if you could give that.
Well, it's good to have a starting point.
Yeah. And then the inline graphics for sponsors, when I was looking through the sponsorship thing, I can't remember what those size was. And I was trying to go back to our Dev Around the Sun. I'm sorry, I just couldn't.
320 pixels wide. And then there were 4 or 5 different lengths.
Right. Let's just do one length because we were going to do this for the gold sponsor, the $15,000 one. And I'll show you the amounts and everything right now so you can see. But I think it was like 600 tall. Was that right?
Grabbing it right now.
I don't remember how that was displayed.
Yeah, they had in the chat, so we could do something like 64 characters in chat for text, and then there was a 320. There was a banner graphic almost that the that they gave us.
So 600 was the size that we gave to team sponsors. 450 for diamond
450.
level.
Got it.
So I think 450 is reasonable. The 2 smaller ones are effectively almost just a single logo placed.
Okay, all right. And then the other one, 600, will do that for the updated team sponsor.
Right.
Okay.
And at some point you need to.
Yeah, I was looking at that last night too. And I remember we needed to manage the expectations a little bit differently in our reach. I remember David brought up the point about let's just make sure we're looking at current things and managing the expectations for engagement, especially with COVID. So I was looking at areas in the team sponsorship perspectives for that. So we have the inline graphics, characters and ad. Yep, okay, so that's it. So now I just want to open up the sponsorship one so we can look at that, and then we can take the rest of the meeting to cover whatever we didn't yet. That's the team sponsor. Okay, yeah, here's this one. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen here again. I'm going to increase, oops. How do I increase my size? There we go. All right. So essentially, I just took the Dev Around the Sun one that we had worked on last, and I'm calling it our International Women's Day Challenge. I don't know. I'm not really clever with the name. So if we have a clever naming person on our team, yeah. We'd like your support so we can share their teachings live online. Female technologists from all backgrounds have agreed to share a challenge in tech that they've had to overcome. That's a little clumsy, but I think you know what I'm trying to say, so we'll get there. The goal is to encourage women to overcome challenges they faced in tech. Live Coders uses interactive collaboration, teaching, and mentorship to make technology more approachable to learn. That more approachable for people maybe who to encourage more diversity. That's a little messy too. This is a cross-platform polyglot event with high-level tech talks and human skills talks. Events at 5 a.m. Will consist of technology speakers scheduled for 10 hours. And we talked about raising funds for a cause. We talked about, do we want to choose Black Girls Code, or do we want to choose, anyway, this paragraph here, think about it. By collecting funds via corporate sponsorships, the Live Coders will be able to give back to those who may not have access to deep dive technical learning. This event gives viewers access to women in tech, answering questions live in real time, with the hope that folks taking part in this event will be inspired to overcome their own challenges in technology. That's a little long. Funds will be used to produce the event, promote the event, and a portion will be donated too. So I didn't know if we had talked about that, and I know that historically you really like to give back to the community with everything that you do, some kind of a portion. So we can think about that, and then the commitment letter and the sponsorship. So here we go. I have the swag sponsorship. We accept examples. I just put that in there to be determined. I'm calling them bronze, silver, gold. We can call them whatever we want. $5,000. If we want to start lower for this event, we can do that. Again, it depends on what the pulse of the community is really, and what people are willing to do right now. Brand placement. This is great for diversity and inclusion awareness, and then they get their logo on our conference page. We can make them square, we can make them whatever is easiest for but once we set that standard, I say we just keep it and make the conference page the same all the time, so it's easy. $10,000 is the same. They're going to get a video. This talk is sponsored by whatever company. They can also receive a call out and a thank you by the MCs, and then this is the chat room placement. And then for the gold one down here, they get all those things, but then they get a live read of advertisements. 2 minutes
by the
MC? By the
okay.
MC, yep, by the MC, sorry, C's. And then also pre-recorded ads. So for example, Rocket Mortgage had some COVID things that they had made that were, so they can just send us a YouTube video link. That's what they did last time. And yes, you confirmed the email is info@, so.
Yep.
And then I just had them sign a form. I don't know what the process is after that. Oh, I know, that's right. One more thing. We did this interview with the 3 questions. And so we recorded, I interviewed, I think it was VP of Quicken Loans or something. I interviewed a couple other people who were speakers, and then the sponsors. So I got these questions. It was, I don't know, this last one's pretty weak. So it was, why did you choose to participate? What kind of challenges do you think women face today in the workplace? And how have things kind of shifted right now in this time? And then what new behavior or mindset do you see emerging that we can learn from women and how they've managed things during this time at work? So those are just some questions that I came up with, but I feel like this third one could be better. We can do the interviews for the sponsors. If we get one sponsor or two sponsors, either way, somebody will interview them, somebody with a better camera than me, or I need to go, I can't find one. Maybe things have settled down now, but yeah.
I like so the lead into the third one I like.
Right.
We could polish that one, but I think it's timely.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the cool thing about it is, let's say magically,
yeah,
COVID is over.
Yeah.
All of us lived through it. And
Yeah.
the disruption in our lives is not going to be over, and it's going to be timely as like long tail content
Yeah.
anyway. So I think it's good to call it out and make it like very, very relevant. After all, is a live stream.
Yeah.
You know,
Um,
a thing that I've noticed is there are several non-science and tech channels that I follow that recently have gotten, and I mean several, all of a sudden have gotten sponsorships from NordVPN.
yes.
They're making like a serious cash push into the streaming space, so we might want to reach out to them. They seem
Do we know anybody there? I don't know anybody there.
I don't know anybody there.
But even Hanselman was pushing them at one point.
Yeah.
But he might have a contact there.
Oh, I was on.
Does our friend at Content Lab, who does the placement, the advertisement for Hanselman's stream, does she have the hook because she placed these ads?
Right. That's a good person to ask. For sure. And if not, I mean, I could reach out to these couple of streamers separately and say, hey, how did they approach you, and who's your contact? Because
yeah, that would be great. Once we get this all set, I think that's a great idea.
Just trying to keep my eyes open for when I see activity like this happening elsewhere on Twitch.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's a VPN company. I'm seeing this on gaming streams. Why am I not seeing it on literally tech streams?
Right. The people who actually have data.
The ones, and the ones that may actually need it,
and have disposable income, justifiable income for that. Anyways.
Okay, this is great. I got the CFP stuff. Okay, that's great. And I guess that's all that I had. So I think moving forward, again, like I said, I'm going to contact a whole bunch of people today.
I got to run. There's an alarm going off here. I'll be right back.
Go for it. I'm going to contact all of the people with the announcement that I put in Discord. I'm going to contact everybody one-on-one, either through whatever their public channels are that they have listed on Twitch, through maybe Twitter, maybe it's Discord. Some people have emails that I've contacted. I just want to, get more engaged and see what we can get, and as many submissions as possible for this event. And then to get people engaged in the task forces so they can start visualizing what's possible for this year for future events, different ideas. So we can start brainstorming marketing ideas, all of that. Do you have any other things for me or any other questions along those lines that I can help support you with?
I have a question. Layla, unless you have one, you want to go first?
No, please go ahead, David.
You were mentioning a wiki. That doesn't exist yet, right?
Right, correct.
Oh,
and so
we were talking about making one, but I didn't know if that's the one you were talking about. Okay, cool.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Christina needs to learn some new skills.
Well, I haven't set it up. The only thing I did since the last time we talked is make sure you all have access to be able to create repos, but I didn't go ahead and create it. Do you want me to?
I want to learn. So I'm wondering if you could even say, you can go in and create a wiki and set it up, and then maybe I'll try, and then if I have some questions, because I can find the documentation instructions.
Yeah.
But even just some tips on where to start.
Christina.
Oh, okay, perfect. All right, let's do that. Yeah, thank you.
Because David, Christina and I are going to work on some of the wording and promo. I think that's what we discussed last week.
Yes.
And we've now both got access. So I'm happy to show. I mean, I take it we're talking about a GitHub repo wiki.
Yeah.
So precisely.
Yeah. Okay, great. And then I'm going to take some notes. I might even record it, Layla, if you don't mind, just so I can.
I mean, David, you're welcome to join as well if you want.
For
what
me,
time
it's
do you
about
guys
a
have
learning
that set
thing.
up?
8:30 Pacific, is that right?
Tomorrow, yeah, 8:30 tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it's the same time this meeting started tomorrow, though.
Yeah, but half an hour later. I have a meeting at 8 till 8:30.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I'll probably drop in. I mean, put the Zoom info
we'll
in there
we'll drop
regardless.
the Zoom in.
I mean, it's really it's Christina's learning new skills kind of thing, right? And
I'm all about
her technical chops. So I want to even document it and maybe write a blog or something like that about it. So yeah, that would be good. And that way I can get all these meeting notes on the that, and then the brand style guide, remember, on how the proper use of the logo. We could put up our press release stuff and our press kit stuff for people who are, and maybe even team sponsorship stuff. Is that all types of things that are appropriate to put in the wiki? I think if I'm gathering, like, it's mostly documentation, right? It's how we operate. It's the things that we do.
So my understanding, and please do correct me if I'm wrong, is that this one will be a public wiki. Okay, so we'll want to keep in mind that this would be things that we are comfortable as a team having out there public, right? So there are certain calls and recordings that would never include.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean?
Right. Well, in this case, since I've been working with the team, we had our first touchdown meeting, and then we had our second one, which was recorded. I put that up on YouTube. So all the leadership meetings, we agreed in that first meeting that they'd be recorded. So those, they're facilitated. They have a very clean structure. Same thing for these types, where I think when we're doing specific events. So those are the only thing that I was thinking about putting in there. And then, of course, the complimentary meeting notes. That was my idea. So is that the appropriate kind of stuff that we'd put in a wiki?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
I just
great.
think that it's that the just clarifying the goal is that it is an open public GitHub repo, and therefore an open public wiki.
Perfect. Yeah.
It's open for read only, right?
Okay, you're right.
And obviously pull request if someone wants to help out or they have an addition or whatever.
Right, and that'll be great because we have a policy task force. Yeah, okay. All right. And that way, as the policy task force has changes and they're running things or they have new ideas, and even the trainings that the training task force, any ideas or things that they have, that way the whole team will have a place to review it. And then the team can go, oh, here are some changes, or here's what we suggest. And the policy task force can bring it to the leadership committee for final approval. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Excellent. Yeah, I like that.
Sorry, just that you kept mentioning it, and I'm like, the hell is she talking about? I want to make sure. I was like, I want to make sure I'm understanding the same thing. Things move fast sometimes. Okay, cool.
No, we don't have a wiki. Is because I want to learn, and if I learn it well enough, then maybe I might submit it as a session to the International Women's Day event. But we'll see how brave I feel, because the other day I tried to even log into my website and make some changes. And I was like, forget it. I can't even do this. Somebody, like, I had to call the project manager for the developers to do it. I'm like, all right, I am officially out of date on all my skills.
I don't know. I think Layla, I think that was a great idea of you getting on a call with her and walking through learning the thing, because a person who doesn't know a thing and a person on the team teaches them a thing. It's the foundation of what we do.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's the mentorship, it's the training, it's the teaching, and it's the learning, right? Everything that we got from the survey was all about teaching, learning, mentorship. So I think it's brilliant. And if I'm confident enough, I might even submit it as a session to speak.
That'd be dope.
We'll see what happens. Okay, cool. So I don't have anything else then. Like I said, for me, the next 24 hours before I talk to Layla again, I'm just going to be reaching out, contacting some people and trying to get as much engagement as possible this week, and encouraging people, visit Discord, check out the things. I know, David, you said when you get a chance, you'll be able to add the code of conduct new page up there. I'm just thinking like maybe in the next week or so. It's not,
Oh, okay,
it's not
yeah.
urgent. It's not an
Yeah.
urgent thing. And I wanted to make
I
it
just wanted
easy.
to clarify what you were expecting. I haven't done it yet because there's like,
Yeah,
there's a point in the day where I just got to be like, nah, I'm done with all this. So
totally.
that happened
Well,
before I got it done, but no problem.
and I just want to make it easy so you could copy paste. It could just be very simple text with the links there. It doesn't have to be difficult. And then as I'm talking to people one-on-one, they'll know to go to the site and check out the new code of conduct. And then as the policy task force has their first meeting, any kind of changes or updates that they want to go through to present to the leadership committee, they'll have at least a process now, so that can happen. Yep.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
Fritz, were you saying that there was a by the way, are you okay?
Yeah, one
That's
of the
the
kids
alarm.
was one of the kids was making macaroni and cheese in the microwave, and for some reason it burst into flames. Like,
Oh, Jesus.
oh,
It's in a metal tray. We had a lodger who destroyed 2 microwaves, 2, by
Oof.
putting chicken Kiev in a metal tray in our microwave for 40 minutes.
Oh,
God. No,
well,
no,
It's a lot.
it wasn't
Good.
metal tray. We're not quite sure what it was.
Strange.
Yeah.
That's
Could
really
be-
strange.
could be worse. You could have gone to bed and accidentally left a AWS Redshift cluster running. Don't ask me. Anyway, you were sorry.
Anyway, he's
What
like,
I-
everybody's
what I-
fine. We
yeah,
had
it's
fire
all-
extinguishers.
it's-
It was okay.
yeah.
Mhm.
Jeff, what I
Lots
was
of
going to
smoke in the
ask
house.
is you had mentioned last time the possibility of also cross promoting somewhere on ClipTalk.
Oh, right. Well, we had talked, I was going to write a
Are we
press
doing that or are we
release,
not? That's what I'm asking.
But
On ClipTalk is something that I don't have a facility for yet.
Yeah, I was going to ask you
Mm.
about that because,
okay.
well, my follow-up question, if the answer was yes, then the follow-up would be, we need to make sure we're in sync to keep those things,
Yeah.
brand URLs, things like that, relatively consistent between that. But if we're not going to do it, then I don't have to worry about it.
I think what you were thinking of was actually the other way for some of these projects that team members are working on and
Oh.
building, promote those
Yes.
over on
Okay.
hey, check out some of the cool things that live coders are building. Here's the games that Lana is actively
Got it.
released. Tim is released. Workshops that Layla has built. Here's ClipTalk that Fritz has. Blah blah
Got
blah
it.
blah. GIFBot
Okay.
that Fierce Kittens manages.
Well, okay. As a not related to the conference thing, because I have a list of things to do first. Let me brainstorm out an idea of how I think that might end up happening on our
Cool.
Live Coders website, and I can
Cool.
propose that and get some feedback and then
Great.
build it.
That feels like it would create a great it almost a catalog of, hey, you like some of these products, here's the folks that build them, and you can watch them
Yes.
work on them.
Yep.
On
And
the live through the
It's
live
going to be
coders.
great
Yeah.
for SEO backlinks.
Yes.
It's going to be so not to dig up the past, but it's going to be a very, very nice goodwill gesture answering the question, what's in it for me, when
Yeah.
people ask that we
Oh,
just
sure.
go ahead and do the thing, right?
Yeah.
I think,
Right,
and go ahead.
well, on the profile pages, we already have, well, here's social media links to things to offer that same form pull request for folks to add my product to the Live Coders products catalog. And it's, here's an image, here's links over to the product, the description of it, blah, blah, blah. You know, that's something we could build a framework for a page very easily.
Yep.
And let folks just pull request in a JSON block.
Cool.
That
Totally.
gets formatted and put there. So
Excellent.
The off-topic question.
Mhm.
Christina, you've added in announcements all the Let Us Meets.
Yeah.
Where else have you put that?
Well, I am contacting everybody individually today to let everybody know they're there.
Okay. What I'm thinking is maybe it should be reposted in general.
Yes.
And I don't know, how do we feel about maybe Jeff and David, you probably know better, is with like the bots, you can get an acknowledgement with like an emoji. Could we get people to acknowledge, do you think, somehow? I've been looking into, is it Carl bot does that? So we could try and get people to acknowledge that. There are things that I've been shown on Discord where when you have a new thing, it stops people viewing any other Discord channel until they've acknowledged stuff. Is that something that we could
Almost
maybe
like
employ
a
to get people?
splash screen, right?
Like an
Yeah.
interstitial or like a action blocking modal almost for
Action
Discord.
blocking modal,
Yeah.
in
That's a good point.
Discord. So I know you can do that. So it would
Oh,
force people
I
to
love
have
it.
acknowledged that.
Like what people
All
use
they have
for
to do is an
codes of
emoji.
conduct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm wondering if
Interesting.
we should do something like that for these announcements, and
That's
then
brilliant.
no one has the excuse like, I haven't seen it. When was it?
Right.
Because if they
Right.
come on the
Here's your
bot,
acknowledgement.
Right.
you would not
Huh.
have got past it.
I
And I
like
know
that.
Carlbot does that.
That is so cool.
I
How
don't
do you
know
spell
anything about it.
C-A-R?
Uh,
Who might?
I mean, I'm setting up a Discord for my new company, so I'm learning about it. I could accelerate that learning for this.
so I was reading.
What bot do we have?
We have. Is it Me? Is the one that we're using?
E6, yeah.
Me or Moo or whatever. I don't know.
Mm.
I'm real dumb with
Carlbot is the one
Discord.
that does it. Carl,
Me
is it
too.
.gg? Yeah. So this one I know definitely does it. Let me drop it in the chat.
Uh-huh.
Christina, did you get that stuff that Fritz dropped in the
I did.
chat?
Yep.
before
Thank
it
you,
goes?
darling.
Cool.
I appreciate it.
I like to do that because I miss stuff in the chat and then it's gone.
Thank you.
Yeah, when Jeff said drop my email, I actually put it in the Discord committee until I
I saw,
realized
yeah.
you guys were
Oh,
dropping
nice.
it in. Whoops.
So I think with Carl, we could bring that in, that bot, and we could maybe have that type of acknowledgement through.
I think that's terrific. That's really great.
And then they have to go through the whole process and then there's no saying, well, I didn't see the notification. I
Yep.
didn't acknowledge the new code of conduct. It's like,
Mhm.
you had to,
You
or
had
else
to.
you wouldn't be here.
Otherwise you'd be here. Yeah, I like that. Let's
Interesting.
do that. And if anybody can, if you find any other volunteers who are into it, who know about it, I'm happy to jump on with call everybody and just organize the process and manage it. So
I
we
want to learn
follow
because I
up
want
and
to.
we.
I want to
Cool.
do this in my own Discord, right?
Right.
Like,
Okay.
Right.
Let me see what I can
there's.
figure out in the morning.
Okay.
And then
All
I can
right.
share.
Okay.
Fritz, whilst you were fighting fires, we are having another meeting tomorrow at 8:30 Pacific. Can I say that? Germans don't like it when I say 8:30. They think that's
Oh,
7:30.
Oh no,
What?
that's great.
Half past
8:30.
8:30. Like what? How? Who thinks that's
8:30.
7:30?
If I go 8:30,
Oh.
they think that's 7:30.
Oh.
And I have a lot of
Yes,
German
Halfway
friends. Yeah.
to 8 on the hour. I get
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
So if I
see, I
go
didn't think it that
8:30
way.
tomorrow, 30 minutes past the 4 for me,
Yes.
or
Yes.
the 8 for you, we're going to have another call just to go through some things. Optional, we'll record it, but if you want to dip in and out, Fritz, I'll see if I can have something with the Carlbot.
Okay.
I've got this complete empty server that I'm trying to build for Assembly
Okay.
AI, and I have no clue, so I can do some experimenting in there and show you.
I'm just taking a look at the features on the Me 6 bot that is already there to see if there's something we can just leverage that's there. I see reaction roles, timers, embeds. No.
I think PH16 uses the reaction roles from that very bot, but it's not the same as the
It's
code
not
of
the
conduct
interstitial.
one kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
All right. Well, we can go look at it tomorrow and see.
I'll see if I can figure it out. I'll look at Me6 as well and see if it's in there to save us adding another bot. I've got
Okay.
Me6 and Carl bot on my server, so I can try it with both of them, and I'll see if I can figure it out. There's got to be some documentation out there on how to do it. I'll
Yeah.
figure it.
And we haven't seen Saint plays in a while. Like after all the stuff in the fall, he just kind of disappeared, but he was very up on working with Discord bots and configuring Discord. Yeah.
I know Clarkio is very knowledgeable about this stuff too,
Cool.
but I haven't seen him very active in, I mean, he is active, but he's not active in the Discord. So I haven't talked to him in a little bit.
Well, those
Yeah.
are some options as well. We'll see what happens tomorrow morning and how far we get, and then
Okay.
we can reach out
I would
to
start though, Christina,
some
just
advice.
posting what you've put in announcements into general, unless anyone has a.
Yeah, we should probably just go
Well,
ahead and do that.
I was going to contact everybody first, and then I was going to do it, and then I was going to do it again, and then I was just going to. So I kind of want it through multiple media, and then I wanted to kind of catch them also on their Twitter and in their email before I did that. So for me, it's more of like a slow drip on different kinds of things instead of all of it all in the same 24 hours, if that makes sense. So yes, let's put it in general. And then I'm also going to, did we say that we could send an email through Discord, mass email?
No.
I feel there was a newsletter something, and I keep not understanding how the newsletter or email service thing works.
Well, I'll put it to you like this. If we do have an email newsletter, I'm not subscribed to it.
Okay.
That big community thing, Fritz, that I don't understand, that big sign up thing. I'm gonna have to go.
Okay,
but you
same.
made us all
Let me-
sign up
let me
to
go-
this email service thingy. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, we have a email sign up for those. Let me go dig up where that is. And
All right, I'll take a look
make
at
another
it.
push on that.
Yep,
I'll
I'll
speak
take a
to you
look at
tomorrow.
it. See ya. Bye.
Bye.
And then if you want to just give me that login for the newsletter thing, and then maybe I'll just start connecting with people on that as well.
Yeah, I have something. I forget.
But either way, until we have it, like I said, I'll still continue to contact people individually and encourage them to check on Discord. We'll post more information in Discord. And then, as we bump into our friends, remind them to go check on Discord. And
Yeah.
I think that I love that bot. I think that Carl bot's really going to do what we want it to, as far as the code of conduct and stuff.
One thing that I did notice, I just happened to look down and notice, is that Lana is listing our team now as her team.
She has.
She had a different team before.
Okay.
But she's now choosing to list this one. So
that's a good
Interesting.
It is good. And
yeah, that's
she's
cool.
getting kind of close to the launch of one of her games too.
Oh, maybe we can help
pandemic-based
support
game.
her.
So yeah, hopefully there can be something there.
Yeah,
But
to help promote that.
I have gotten a number of folks pinging me about, hey, when are you going to start adding people to the team again? I think come back around and start the admission process again.
We've got that lettuce meeting for the very first people for application intake. I think I had 1 or 2 people sign up for that task force already. So I hope to encourage more people.
To get in
is that list of who has signed up for what thing going to be in the wiki? Because I don't even really know who's on these different things.
Well, I just had, we had 5 people, I think, and some of them signed up for the marketing team for multiple teams. And then I said, and now that I said, all right, here are the meetings. We're going to have our first meeting. You showed interest, go sign up for your availability. So that's where we are right now, is just signing up for availability to try to get people to actually meet in one meeting and talk. Yeah. Yeah. So
when you cross post this to general, could I make a recommendation that
yes,
in addition to signing up for the meetings, you may include the possibility that you can also sign up for these things still, if you haven't already.
Right.
There was kind of a tumultuous period where maybe people were they were afraid to commit to a thing. Maybe they have changed their mind now.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
I think there's
It's-
also a point somewhere here where we want to reach back out to some of the folks that stepped away during that tumultuous period
mhm.
and re-invite them. Not
Not
quite
all of
yet.
them.
Not all of them, but a few of them who
Yes.
were
Who
frustrated with
embody well, and people who are going to live our core values. Now that we took the
Right.
survey, the team has said this is what we're about, this is what we really want to focus on, and those task forces, they're going to, you know, set some goals for the year that support teaching, mentorship, and learning. And all of that consistency is really going to start allowing people to kind of live the message of the live coders in a way that is going to also promote each other, you know, with the interviews and the events and stuff. So I think this is all really great. Layla and I are going to work on language tomorrow. We're going to work on the wiki. So if you want to join us, I'll drop the Zoom link in Discord at 8:30 Pacific, and we'll go from there. So thanks everybody.
Okay.
I'll add you to Sessionize as well today.
Hey, and Jeff and Christina, don't feel like we're behind. In this industry that I work in, the new year doesn't start till February.
Oh, right. Thank you.
I
just feel like it's a 2020 thing, you know. 2020 was like compressed. I just went to see my friends. I realized it's been 2 years since I'd seen them, since they were over at my house for dinner. They're having a baby, and they said, well, yeah, 1 year's gone. It just compressed.
I'm not gonna let 2021 be like 2020 for me. So that's why I'm jumping back in and starting to kick ass. So
that's awesome.
Cool. All right.
Awesome.
Well, thank you
I'll
for the
talk
call.
to you later. You bet.
Yep.
Thanks.
We'll see you.
Yeah. Thanks,
Alrighty.
everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.